Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I've been gone for a little while, got really sick and busy and everything, but we never miss a PlayStation State of Play. And today was another good one in my opinion. I came in with fairly low expectations because they announced the State of Play like 2 days ago saying, hey, Wednesday, 5 p.m., here's the State of Play. And I was like, oh, that's never a good sign when they don't want to talk a lot about it and hype it up ahead of time. And they kind of changed it. They don't do the showcases and everything. Now it's just all PlayStation State of Play. And I was a little bit worried as well because when it first started, they started with this, which is Monster Hunter Wilds. And the reason I'm saying I'm concerned was mostly because we've seen this game a million times and the game's coming out in 2 weeks. So the fact that they started with that instead of starting strong with like a big announcement wasn't the best way in my opinion. But overall, pretty good State of Play in my opinion. Lots of games that spoke to me, and of course this is going to vary from person to person because sometimes you're going to have games that really get you excited and then you're going to watch these events and not a single one speaks to you, so it can kind of go either way. The presentation of the State of Play, they finally nailed it in my opinion. It took them a while to really understand how to really balance these with good way of having the developers talk and showcasing trailers or gameplay and everything, but I feel like this was a really strong one. My biggest complaint for this one is how it started and how it finished, but everything in the middle was really good. So let's break it down super quickly. They started off with the Monster Hunter Wilds trailer, like I said, which my only thing, as I said, we've seen it too many times now. We know it's coming out in like 2 weeks. What else do you have to show? Well, the thing they decided to show us is that they have DLC coming out, and the first DLC is going to have a new monster. So, okay, cool enough, I guess, if you're excited for this game, but I don't feel like we need to see more of it. There's a test, the beta test right now, so lots of way for people to get excited about it if you haven't already. But there you go, that's the first DLC. They went into their second game announcement, which was pretty cool in my opinion, a new Shinobi game. Shinobi, let me get the official title for you here. Art of Vengeance. Shinobi Art of Vengeance looks really cool. I'm curious to see if it's just an action adventure or if it's a Metroidvania where you're gonna like unlock abilities and have to go back and get some stuff, or you're just like a straight up like linear gameplay. Either way, super excited for it. It looks beautiful in my opinion. From there, we jumped into our third game, which was a new Sonic racing game. Now, I've never actually played any of the Sonic racing games, but my wife, when she saw this, said she would look pretty exciting. I don't know what was wrong with this trailer specifically, but there were a couple moments during the trailer that it was very blurry, so like pixelated, and that's definitely on their end because it happened on my PC and on the TV and on my phone, so I wasn't sure if it was just me, so I checked it multiple times. But no, the trailer is, as you can see right now, very blurry. So that could just be a thing on their end. Hopefully they'll release a more 4K trailer for this. But if you guys are fans, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. While you're there, let me know what you thought of the State of Play, and subscribe if you're new because we're gonna try and get these reactions out every time there's new events. But yeah, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Let me get that official. Yes, Sonic Racing Crossworlds is the new one here. Then we went into, in my opinion, a surprise. I didn't expect this, but maybe people knew this was coming. A new Digimon game called Digimon Story Time Stranger. Did I skip the gameplay there by accident? I did, my bad. Well, they didn't show much, but there you can see, looks like it's going to be some kind of like Pokemon-esque adventure like Scarlet Violet, if that's the vibes I'm getting here. Hopefully it runs better than those games, but new Digimon game is what's coming up next. So let me know, Digimon, Pokemon, which one are you more a fan of? Then we went into Lost Soul Aside. This is a new action adventure game that we've seen a couple times, but this looks awesome. I really like the character art on this and the gameplay. Let me see if I can get us a bit of the gameplay instead of the cinematics, but this looks gorgeous. If you look at this looks absolutely amazing. We're in the era of a lot of action adventure games, right? So hopefully those are the types of game you like because there's going to be a lot of them coming out soon. But yes, Lost Soul Aside, we've seen this a couple times. They have an official release date with, if I remember correctly, ooh, I might be mixing this up with another one. Let me check here. I think I wrote this one down. There's one game that's coming out the same day as Elden Ring Night Rain, and I was like, uh-oh, because it's coming out the same day. I think it's this one. If I remember, let's see here. Lost Soul Aside, is this May 30th, or am I mixing this up? May 30th. So, same day as Same day as Elden Ring Night Rain. So again, they're not that similar, but I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to pick one over or the other. Then we got into a demo for Like a Dragon Yakuza, which is coming out in 2 weeks. We're getting a demo this week. Then really surprising again, Yakuza Dave the Diver collab, which is a very silly one if you ask me. Then we got into Splitgate 2, WWE 2K25. I'm a huge fan. I just made a video talking about it. They showcased the island here. So I'm thinking I'm going to make a separate video talking about this because I feel like there's a lot to talk about when it comes to the island and all the other stuff they talked about with WWE 2K25. So subscribe if you want to see me talk about 2K25 because I feel like I have a lot more to say because they just showed a lot of stuff. Then we went into Borderlands 4. If you're excited for Borderlands, it's going to be more Borderlands. Doesn't look like there's anything new here. It's just more of the same, but we got the release date of September, and then they also said that in the spring, they're going to have a state of play focus all on Borderlands 4. So maybe when we get closer, they'll showcase a couple new things. But every trailer we've seen so far is just, yeah, look, this is just more of what you love. I'm really excited that the developers are so hyped about this game. It makes me feel like they have something they don't want to show us yet, and it's going to be a big surprise. But I love the Borderlands series, so I cannot wait for this game. And September, really not that far. So far, as you guys can see, we're about 20 minutes into the showcase, and I really liked almost every announcement that we've had. Nothing really disappointing in my opinion. We went into Split Fiction, which looks awesome. This is from the creators of It Takes Two, Joseph Ferris's group. Really good, and I can't wait. This is coming out in a couple weeks, so I'll wait for it to fully release to talk more about it. Is this the next big surprise here? Yes. Supermassive game. The creators of Until Dawn and The Quarry are making Directive 8020. This is like an alien theme, The Thing type of decision-based game. So I can't wait. Love these games. I was really, really disappointed with the casting of Frank Stone that came out last year. But if you take away that one, I really love Until Dawn. Love The Quarry. A couple of the other ones, I don't remember the names, but there was a couple of the other ones that of the Dark Pictures anthology that I really, really liked. But obviously, Quarry and Until Dawn are the top two, in my opinion. So hopefully this one could be just as good. Graphically, this looks way better than that silly casting of Frank Stone game that we had. So hopefully it's not, sounds mean. I hope it's not the same team that's working on it and that these guys had time to cook because this can be great. And it's coming out in October. Perfect time for Halloween to have another decision-based game with a horror theme like that. So this one, really, really excited for that. Then we went, I'm going to skip the next couple here. This is where stuff wasn't for me. Five Nights at Freddy's. I've never been into it, so I'm going to skip that. Midnight Walk looks okay, so I'm going to skip that one as well. And Darwin's Paradox. Three little games that I wasn't super keen on, so I'm just going to skip them if that's okay with you guys. Midnight Walk, I feel like it could be good, but it's a clay animation. I'm not the biggest fan of that style of animation, so it's not going to speak for me. I'm sure people are going to be super excited for that, though. Then we went into Warriors Abyss, a game out today. So if you guys were looking for that, I feel like every direct should have an out today. I skipped it, my bad. A pretty surprising mix here. They went with the Dynasty Warrior style games and mixed it with a roguelike. So as you guys can see here, it's like those 1 versus 100 or 1,000, but in the roguelike mode. So that's could be interesting. I might check it out depending on how much it costs. I might have to go find that out and come back. Actually, here, we're doing this on the fly here, everybody. I'm going to go check the price right now of this, if it's out. PlayStation Store. Let's find out together if they're selling it at a reasonable price. Okay, I'm back. I checked. No information yet on the price of this game, so it's not officially out yet. The state of play just ended, so maybe give it a couple minutes. But then we got into, I skipped the Onimusha 2 announcement because they just announced it actually not too long ago. And then we got a new trailer for Onimusha. Cool, but far away. This is coming out in 2026. Looks awesome. Really graphically, like, stunning, if you ask me. The gameplay should be really cool. I like, I don't know if it's going to show it here, but you can use like the environment while you're fighting the enemies, which is really cool. So you see him at one point, he like picks up like a platform to defend himself. He pushes an enemy into a wall. Yeah, there's the platform lift, which is really cool. Then he pushes him into the fire, pushes him into like those sets of whatever those are, the blankets, whatever. So that seems really cool. Using the environment to help you fight, it seems like going to be a really fun way to do it. After this, we got into Metal Gear. So I've never played the Metal Gear series at all. So I'd love for someone to tell me in the comments, is this a good one to start at? Or do I have, is this like a, I don't know anything. Is this the original one? Or I know it's a remake of Snake Eater, but do I need to play any of the other ones before playing this one? Can I jump right into it? Let me know, because I don't know anything about it. All I do know is that it's coming out in August. From there, we got into Hell Is Us, which this is a game that unfortunately did leak. The release date is coming out in September, but this looks really cool. Another action-adventure game similar to the Souls-like and all of those, but it looks really cool. Story seems interesting as well. I like there's like, it seems like there's like a set where you're moving between worlds. I don't know if I could show you here. Yeah, look, like very creepy little creatures and everything. And it's, yeah, it didn't really show, but it seems like there's more than one world that you're kind of traversing between. Pretty interesting. Definitely going to check it out. It's coming out in September, which is fairly far. So hopefully we don't have September's not too busy. Hopefully GTA doesn't come out at that time as well. But yeah, excited for Hell Is Us. I will say, now that I'm looking at them now back to back, it is a lot of action adventure games that are fairly similar. If you look at like Onimusha, Hell Is Us, Lost Soul aside, and then we've got DLC for Lies of P. So if you're not a fan of these like Souls-like action adventure games, I can understand that maybe this isn't the state of play for you, because that was a lot back to back. Now that I'm seeing it for the second time, that is a lot of similar games back to back. But hey, I really like those types of games, so maybe that's more for me. Let's see here. So yeah, DLC for Lies of P. Another game that didn't really speak to me that I'm going to skip after that was this game here, a game by Bion. Not for me, so I'm just going to pass it. If you guys are curious, go check it out. Seems like it's, I don't know. I really, I'm not connecting with this one. Then, a game that has been rumored for a long time that I don't think anyone asked for. If you ask me anyways, I don't know who was asking for this. A remaster of Days Gone. I thought we didn't like this game, so I don't know why all of a sudden. I know a lot of like a lot of the reviewers really hated this game when it came out, and then you had everyone saying like, well, you can't trust reviewers, and then nobody actually liked this game when they actually played it themselves, including me. I was like, well, you know what, I'm gonna try it for myself, and I also hated this game. I don't have anything good to say about it. The fact that it's remastered, who asked for this? I don't know. But hey, if you have it, if you own it, which is probably the only people who asked for a remake, you can upgrade for $10. All right, let's move on. Stellar Blade getting some new stuff. Jedi Survivor coming to PlayStation Plus. You know, the usual little things. Then we got two little indie games coming to PlayStation Plus in the future. One of them's called Blueprints, which looks pretty cool. Looks like a puzzle game. And then another one called Abiotic Factor. Let me see if I can show that for you guys. There you go. Oh, I missed it. Abiotic Factor is a 6-player survival game that looks okay. Definitely not my type of game, but maybe can speak to a lot of people. Now we're getting into our last, let's see, 4 or 5 games here that were all, in my opinion, really, really cool. The first one up, let's get through these, was this game called Tides of Annihilation. Another action-adventure game that at first, while I was looking at this, like, is this Final Fantasy 17? Because it looks really gorgeous. Let me see. Like, look at that. The environment, there's these giant creatures that you're going to be potentially fighting. I'm guessing you're going to fight these things. Looks like you're going to be adventuring and like climbing stuff. It reminded me a bit of like the Uncharted platforming. As you can see here, she's like jumping from platform to platform. The fighting looks awesome. This reminds me as well, the more I think about it, of like Devil May Cry and like God of War. Very cool. Really excited for this. It is 2026 though. So, and knowing these kind of games, probably 2027. It'll probably get delayed even further. But yes, very, very excited for Tides of Annihilation. Then we got into Metal Eden. I don't even remember which one that is. I have it here. Let's see. What's Metal Eden? Oh yes, first-person shooter. Yep, that looks okay. I don't have much to say, but it's coming out early May. So I kind of feel like this is one of those, like, you need to play it to really know what kind of game it is. But hey, it could be fun. I'm not opposed to trying it out. It does look fun. I just felt like a RoboQuest. And I really like RoboQuest, but I need to see more before I get excited. Then, MindsEye. This game, where the hell did this game come from? A third person, I'm going to skip the cutscenes here. third-person adventure game, kind of like GTA, but like Call of Duty and futuristic. I'm really interested in this. This story looks really good. So I don't want to spoil anything. Definitely go check it out. The trailer talks a lot about it, but it looks like you're playing a character who has a chip in him that there's a company that can control, but you're trying to fight against the company and take the chip out or whatever. I don't really, I'm making shit up at this point. Looks really cool though. I don't know if this is a game from a team that's already made a game previously, but here's the gameplay. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Third person, you can get into cars, you're driving around. I don't think it's an open world. I think this is very much a linear adventure game. But man, this looks like it's going to be a really fun game. And it's coming out this summer. I don't think we've ever seen this before. I think this is a new trailer, not like something we've seen before that's being showcased again. So the fact that we're getting first-time trailer, first-time look at this game, and it's coming out in the summer, really quick turnaround here. But yeah, looks awesome. And it's a third-person shooter, which we haven't been getting a lot of those lately, unless I'm blanking. I feel like we haven't had them in a while. And then the last game, I need to breathe here. Been talking a lot. The last game they showed, another surprise for me, Saros, a game by Housemarque, which is the creator of Returnal. And before that, they made a bunch of arcade shooter games with my man, Rahul Kohli. Rahul Kohli, if you guys don't know, is an actor. He plays in a lot of the Netflix horror series like Midnight Mass. What's the other one? The Haunting of, not Hill House. He's in the second one. It was Hill House. Bly Manor. He's in Bly Manor. He's in a bunch of those series. Really liked, and he's the other things too. But that's where I recognize him from. So they didn't show anything at all. They just showed this trailer right here, and they said 2026. So this is why I was saying started weak and ended weak. And the reason why is because they ended with a cinematic trailer with absolutely no gameplay. Yes, big surprise. Housemarque is making a new game, and it's coming out next year, which is really exciting because Returnal was an excellent game. I just wish they had something more to show. I feel, and again, no Death Stranding 2, no any of the other PlayStation content. This is the only PlayStation Studio game they showed, and it wasn't gameplay. So even though I'm complaining, it's such a minimal complaint when you look at the whole package. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is the whole state of play. Like I said, I was a fan of it. I think there's a lot of really good stuff there. I'd love to know from you guys what you think. I've been rambling on for about 15 minutes now, so let me know, what did you guys like it, dislike it? Are you excited for, what's the game of the show? For me, it's definitely Tides of Annihilation, but it is coming fairly far, so I think if I had to pick something else, I might go with Lost Soul Aside because it's really soon, and that's the kind of game I'm itching for, like an action venture. So Lost Soul Aside is probably the one I'm most excited for. That and Borderlands, just to get a shooter in there too. And then Tides of Annihilation, but that's, like I said, really far away. Anywho, I'm going to stop rambling. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what else you want me to react to in the future. We'll talk about WWE in the future as well. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.